Welcome to Teach Me Social. I'm your host, Marianne Zapresi of What's Up Southwest Florida. And joining me today is Robin Schwartz with the local chapters of Businesswomen. And we are going to be discussing owning your own business. Because both of us own our own business. And how long have you owned yours?
13 years.
See, and for me, it's going on 8. So, it's kind of a fun kind of thing. But you also have worked for somebody else before, as have I. And so we've noticed some big differences between working for somebody and owning your own business. So what do you think some of those differences are for you personally that you've noticed in your life?
Everybody thinks owning your own business is so easy. You get just to go out and play golf, or you get to go do the laundry, or you can do whatever you want. It's not. You know what I mean? I've been in the corporate world probably for like 20-something years. And it's very structured, and, you have your expectations, what they want from you, and your hours and your days. And when you own your own business, Marianne, it's more like you have to set those goals and set those hours and set that structure for yourself, because there's nobody going to stand over you and tell you, you're late by 5 minutes, and then you take 5 minutes off your lunch hour. But what people don't understand is then we're working until the night sometimes, I love working for myself. It does give me flexibility with my 4 kids. So if I need to go watch them play a soccer game, or if a car breaks down, it's like, Mom, come run to the rescue. It's what Mom does, In the corporate world, you don't have that. It gives me a lot of flexibility. I like that I have the power to change things. I get to make the decisions in the business. If something works, if it doesn't work, without having to go through the corporate ladder and trying to figure all that out, What do you think, Marianne? What's your opinion on that?
I have to agree. I did 27 years working for various companies and stuff. It was kind of, what I liked about it, though, was I kind of liked getting done from work at 4:30,
Yes.
5 o'clock. You came home. And I used to think of all the things that I used to do. But then I look at it and I go, but you know what? I did all those things. I used to go to the beach every weekend. Okay, so I've done it. It gets a little boring now for me because you've done it for so long. So this, now owning my business, just opens a whole new world that I didn't even know existed until I started to own my own business. It's a whole different ball game. Because as you can write all the rules for yourself, if you're not persevering and structured and organized, there is nobody telling you what to do. I'll often joke with people in my office building. It's like, I got to talk to my boss about a raise. Or I got to talk to my boss. She's working me too hard. But it cuts both ways.
Right.
And I see a lot of women that we network with kind of struggle when they first get into it.
Yes.
Because they don't know what it takes to own their own business.
Yes. It's a lot of work.
It is. And you can't give up. You did it for 13 years.
Yes.
So, any point, did you ever want to give up on it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When it first started, it was great. And then you go through the highs, and then you go through the lows, like with any kind of business.
Right.
And it's at the low points when you think, what are you doing? I'm putting in all these hours, and, I don't see the rewards and stuff. But that's why I tell everybody, hang in there, because eventually the rewards do come. And it's a little bit of a struggle and stuff. But, yeah, there was times I wanted to walk away and say, let me go back and find a 9-to-5 job. And I don't have any responsibilities. I don't have to worry about making any decisions, but I'm so glad I didn't, and I stuck with it, and it's amazing.
And see, for me, even with the lows of it, I never thought of anything else. And to be honest, the thought of going and working for somebody again is so distasteful to me. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
I don't think at this point in my life I could go back to do that. Because once you've been a leader, it's really hard to go back and not be a leader. And when you own your own business, you are a leader. Whether you have employees or not, you're leading yourself. And then if you have employees, of course, you're leading them. So you're a leader. So for you, what are the rewards of owning your own business?
Well, I like the idea of flexibility. If there's a networking event I need to go to, or if something happens in our group, in our organization or our group, and somebody's unhappy, I get to fix it. I don't have to go in front of a board, or I don't have to get in front of corporate or talk to them and say, okay, this person's unhappy. How do we fix this? How do we work this out? It's always about making the customer happy. And that's the bottom line. And I love to see the smiles on our ladies' faces when they come into our organization and they're like, God, you guys were loving, you're so welcoming, you're so warm. And that's where I get the rewards and the joy from doing what I do and doing it for so long and stuff.
And see, for me, it's one, I get to learn about a lot of different businesses, which is, you just can't put a value on that. So I really enjoy that part. And then helping them grow their business. You know, when they start to see the results coming in and their business growing, that's very rewarding to me. Or they're just starting out and, you know, their page starts to take off and they're getting lots of engagement they weren't getting before. You know, and they get all excited because somebody's interested in what they're doing.
Exactly.
And that's very rewarding to me. And I just love to see women and all people, when they're networking, connect with each other and help each other growing their businesses.
Yep.
That's the rewards for me. And it's that whole one-to-one interaction kind of thing
Right.
that you just don't get elsewhere.
Exactly. And that's kind of like building relationships and
Yes.
stuff with people. It's so important because, yes, it's great if you're going to do business with them, which is what it's all about. But it's also nice if you make a friend along the way, you know, and stuff. Because some people just move down here and they're scared. They know nobody, you know, and it's kind of great when everybody's engaging and helping them. So you're absolutely right when you say that.
Yeah. And that's you brought up a good point about building relationships. A lot of people don't understand that.
No, they don't.
They think, you know, okay, I'm going to go networking and I'm going to meet all these people and I've been doing it for 6 months and where's my business? Nobody's doing any business with me. It takes a while, like any relationship.
Yes.
It takes time.
Yes.
You know, the relationships you're building today are your businesses of tomorrow, your business of tomorrow.
Absolutely.
You know, I have people calling me 4 or 5 years that I met 4 or 5 years ago. I don't see them.
Right. Exactly.
You know, that's where the keeping in touch on Facebook helps.
Absolutely.
You know, and now they're in a position they need something.
Exactly.
You know, and that's what you have to remember.
Right.
Just because, you know, you're doing all this networking and the social media and you're advertising and you're doing all this to build your business, it's for tomorrow.
Yes.
It's not for today.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's a great point, Marianne. You're absolutely right. And stuff. Just because somebody doesn't need your services today, you don't know where it's going to take you down the line.
Exactly.
You know, and vice versa. And you may wind up needing that person's service. You may not need them at that moment, but in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, you just might. At least you've made that contact and build that foundation.
Right. It's a whole trust factor.
It is.
And a lot of people, you know, they come networking. Oh, nobody signed up for my business today. It's not working. You know, and that's not what it's about.
No, it's not. And that's why I tell ladies, don't give up. You know, we know
Right.
we know it's a struggle or it's a haul, but you know what? You're going to get there. Just hang in there and keep persevering.
Because you never know when the right person's going to walk in the door.
Absolutely right.
All right.
Love it.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, Robin. I thoroughly enjoy our
Thank you
discussions
for
together.
having me. You're
And
sweet.
look forward to having you back on again sometime soon.
I'd love to come back. Thanks,
All right.
Marianne.
Thanks.
Thanks.
And that ends this episode of Teach Me Social.